What's going on, guys, and welcome to the Diamond Standard YouTube channel at The Collector. We're going to be headed into day number 17, game number 1. Starting rank is Solar Gold, and the first match is 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you would. It's going to be against a death deck. We're opening up with a Necroscepter and an Obelisk for sure. And we have also pulled a Ragnarok. I am not sure at this point exactly what I'm going to be matched up against because he's playing an interesting card. And I decide he can deal as much damage to both gods as he wants if I have the zombies going. He ends up summoning some zombies himself, but is unable to take the lead at the moment. His Nether Swarm Lord does give him a pretty good opportunity, but I am still able to clear his board totally and continue to have a presence. He has more health than me, but my presence is greater at the moment. I am also holding quite a bit of raw damage in my hand with 6 damage in just Ragnaroks. I pull out the Vampiric Skull and he surrenders. Headed into game number 2 with 1 win and 0 losses. Ranked Solar Gold. I forgot to film that, but I win. Headed into game number 3 with 2 wins and 0 losses. My rank will be Solar Gold, and this match is 6 minutes and 33 seconds against a War deck. This war deck is going to have some presence for sure. Of course, the Warmonger Smith coming out strong. And then my mortal enemy from Mortal Judgment, but I end up being able to Ragnarok it, and that will prevent other creatures from getting much stronger on me. The bane of zombies for sure. I get a Fickle Cambion out there, that way he can't use his god power without first solving that. I don't have a good solution, but I know if I can pump the Fickle Cambion and get the Nether Swarm Lord to pump it up, I will be in pretty good shape. He clears my Nether Swarm Lord, but my Fickle Cambion is still looking like a problem. He goes with the wide approach, and I get my Decaying Rhino out there. He will have the chance to destroy my Fickle Cambion this turn. Gets rid of the Decaying Rhino, and also clears the Fickle Cambion while leaving both of his creatures alive. It was a turn of events I did not expect. I go for the Arch, hoping to heal and Corpse Explosion, but he may have an answer for me that I am not anticipating. And in fact, he does take the game. Headed into game number 4 with 2 wins and 1 loss. Ranked Solar Gold. This match is 5 minutes approximately against a War deck. I get out my Fickle Cambion, or think about it and change my mind. Eventually getting it out with the Petulant Imp, hoping to pump it up. Of course, I'm going to see a lot of resistance with the Guild Enforcer and the Shapeshifter. He gets the Woodcutter Imp out there. My board is looking pretty sad, but I do clear the Guild Enforcer eventually. We're still pretty even on health, but he has quite a bit more damage out there. I still have the Obelisk in my hand, though, so I stand a chance. With the Decaying Rhino, also, I know that there's an opportunity he's going to need to clear what I have, or he knows I will be able to put down heavy damage. He pumps everything up while also dealing 1 damage, and brings to the table just about enough damage to kill me. And I also know at this point I can't turn it around. So I just play things out for fun and say GG and hand it over before he ends it. Headed into game 5 with 2 wins and 2 losses. My rank is Solar Gold and the match time is 11 minutes and 2 seconds. Gonna be facing a Deception deck. Coming out pretty strong with the turn 2 Obelisk. He's gonna use some Echo Casters to keep my zombies weak in the early game, and I decided just to go Heavy Presence on turn 3. He goes looking into my hand and gets rid of my Decaying Rhino. But that's okay, I just want to keep summoning zombies. It, of course, is always a good opportunity to just pound it down when you have tons of zombies present. I'm not wanting to give him too much favor at this moment, but I also need zombies that can deal damage. I should have anticipated something, and he Rapture Dances, clearing my zombies, and he takes the Valks, which is gonna make my Arch of Amenmo slightly less effective, in fact clearing my board once. I know if I'm able to keep the Arch out though that I will eventually put down a heavy amount of damage with Arch and a Corpse Explosion. But the Corpse Explosion is nowhere to be found. Keeping his creature clears is pretty important. He Rapture Dances and is effectively able to clear my whole board again. I have 6 damage in my hand, but I must be patient. And he clears both my Ragnaroks, leaving me in a horrible situation. I have a little bit of clear, but it is not even near enough. Stealing my Voracious Fiend to have a zombie himself, and then giving it a front line and +2/+2, he is going to heal a ton. Of course, I know I should concede when he has a full hand and quite the board and my hand is empty, but I like to play it out because I'm a knothead. Just doing what I can to stall. It shouldn't have much effect, and he gets the Commander Hortuck. And I know at this point it's GG. If it's not this turn, it's the next, but he does end it. Headed into game number 6 with 3 wins and 2 losses. My rank will be Solar Gold, and this match is 4 minutes and 21 seconds against a War deck. A decent opening hand with a Cursed Hoplite and a Wicked Fae and a Necroceptor. Pulling into a Nether Swarm Lord is decent, especially if I'm able to get both of them out back to back and pump them up. I decide just to try to stay as wide as possible to keep ahead of him. It will make my Nether Swarm Lords much more efficient if they have something out there to pump up. He GG'd me, and then I GG'd him back. He thought he was going to get ahead of me, but I am still in pretty strong shape, especially with 2 Nether Swarm Lords out there. All the card draw and all the pump. He is able to kill one, but that is by no means the end of the game. I clean his board up and continue to swing on him. I know if all my creatures survive into next turn, I can Corpse Explosion, but he surrenders before we have the chance. Headed into game 7 with 3 wins and 3 losses. Rank Solar Gold. Match time 4 minutes and 1 second against a War deck. We open with a decent hand with a couple of petulant imps and a obelisk. And a little bit of clear. Having removal is important. Odie is a pretty serious card, but I hope to get ahead of him in creature wideness. He swings on me, and of course that gives him another opportunity to bring my creature down to 1/1. I anticipate he is going to clear my board the following turn, so I go ahead and get out a Fickle Cambion, hoping to get ahead of that a little bit. He swings but forgets to give it overkill and it's less effective and he surrenders. Headed into game number 8 with 4 wins and 3 losses, ranked Solar Gold, and 4 minutes and 14 seconds against a war deck. Nice and quick is always appreciated. Decent opening hand with a little bit of control and a Necroceptor. Looks like I'm running into a Viking or aggro deck. I decide to Ragnarok, trying to clear his board before getting my Necroceptor out there. I do end up with the Necroceptor on the field, but he Bronze Servants it. Not looking like I'm going to be in good shape. I decide to go with the Nether Swarm Lord just to keep the card draw going, but he tallies it up and has pretty close to enough damage to end it. It wasn't quite that turn, but the following. And in fact, that is headed into game 9 with 4 wins and 4 losses. Solar Gold rank and a match time of 6 minutes and 17 seconds. War deck coming out strong with the Woodcutter Imp, clearing my board. When he cleared my board, I seen that as an opportunity to open up with the Obelisk. I feel like I might be running into some kind of control here with this deck, and war control can be a pain, but then I see that I think it's Olympian Pump. Pump it louder. Pump it louder. Chimera for the 6/6, taking my Decaying Rhino, but I clear it and then get the Nether Swarm Lord for some huge pumps. Being able to Corpse Explosion would be a massive opportunity. I'm counting out what I can do at this point, and I swing all the way out. Not quite. I change it up at last second and clear his creature, fearing that he may use Soul Survivor. But at this point I anticipate that I have enough damage to swing on him a Ragnarok and then Corpse Explosion, and in fact I end the game. Headed into game 10 with 5 wins and 4 losses, rank of Solar Gold, and a match time of 8 minutes and 1 second. Facing a war deck, going to be a good matchup with Necroceptor in my opening hand. That is always promising. I pulled just a little bit of clear, and the best thing that can happen against a war deck is to slowly let them play out killing my creatures and to heal over time. Woodcutter Imp. Always fun to see. I love when they kill themselves for me. Taking all that damage to poke my zombies down, just healing me up the whole way through. I decided Ragnarok is a little bit risky because he is likely going to be able to do the damage to kill me. But him pumping up my Fickle Cambion was pretty sweet of him. Sacrificing the Decaying Rhino. And then I swing Fickle Cambion. I'm able to Ragnarok. It would be suicide, but I win. So my overall results are 6 wins and 4 losses. My gods earned are 12.983 in rank Solar Gold. Thank you for watching, and please come again.